going live in about 7 minutes for some yoga. So just go ahead and get set up. If you need blocks or anything, just grab them. Throw down a mat or don't, just join me. It'll be fun. You want to be in the film? Hi everybody, we're just getting set up. I think we might have cats in this particular video, so might be some extra entertainment. We're gonna get started doing some power yoga in about 3 minutes. So stay tuned, grab a mat, grab some floor, and a towel and some water because you might sweat. I don't know. Could happen. Come on. There we go. Guest starring Mr. Charles Wallace. What you gonna do? You guys gonna do yoga with me today? Come on, sweetie. Here. Come do some yoga. Or just watch. So just waiting for the clock to strike 4 and then we'll get started. So like I said, get ready, stretch out, do some warm-ups, jog in place. No, I'm just kidding. Unless you really want to. We'll warm up when we start. gonna get started in just a little bit. Hey everybody that's out there watching. I can't tell what time it is by my phone, so I'll just keep looking up at the clock. Thanks for joining. And if you're here in Dallas, it is a lovely rainy day. So what better thing could you do than hang out inside and do some yoga, right? There's always every time's a good time for some yoga. That's a good way to look at it. So we're gonna get started in about a minute. We're gonna start standing today so we can just get right into everything. So if you're seated and you're comfortable, up you go, and we'll get ready to start to move. I'm so excited that we have the addition of my fur children. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come join us before we start. No? Okay. That's cats. Good times. This is actually, I've been doing this for a couple of months now, and that's the first time they've made their guest appearance. So I guess they're getting comfortable with the video. So I think it is about 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna get started. Welcome to my house, to my living room. My name is Tanya, and this is Power Flow specifically for the J. So if you're streaming through the J, welcome. If you're not, welcome. So let's get started. We're gonna start at the front of our mat, feet about hips width apart, and just do some nice, easy movements with your arms. Take a nice deep breath, reach out and up on an inhale. And as you exhale, just gather the hands at the low back, interlace the fingers, pull the knuckles down, lift the heart on your inhale, and gently release the hands, chin to chest. Do that again. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, again, gather the hands, other thumb on top. Pull the knuckles down, interlace the fingers, lift the heart, deep breath, open the collarbones. Exhaling, fold. This time, come on down, soft bend in the knees. Just start to let your head fall. Your hands can come up overhead. You can let go of the arms if you want, or you can squeeze the elbows towards each other, whatever works for your body. Start to move your hips side to side so you start to stretch out the low back and the hamstrings. And then we'll start right in on warming up this body. So on your inhale, lift up halfway. A little halfway lift, and then exhale, fold. Nice and slow. Do that again, halfway lift on your inhale. And as you exhale, sink your hips down low into a nice little chair. We'll reach the arms up on the inhale, reach them high. And when you exhale, plug the shoulders back down the spine. Good. Deep breath, lift through the chest. Hips go 1 inch lower as you exhale. Now inhaling, lift up, stand up nice and slow. Maybe press the hips forward, heart's coming high. Exhale, swan dive this time. Soft bend in your knees. On your inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. And when you exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back. We're in a runner's lunge. Now bring your hands inside your right foot. Take your right foot all the way to the outside of the mat and find a little easy motion, side to side, forward and backward. Little early lizard lunge, letting the hips drop and keeping yourself lifted. I know we want to come down inside that thigh maybe, but just finding motion. Now hands are underneath the shoulders. We're going to send the right foot back to meet the left in a plank pose. So in this plank pose, again, find a little motion. Keep the hands underneath the shoulders, strengthen through the body. You can drop your knees if you need to. Take a deep breath, roll forward over your toes or drop your knees. And as you exhale, lower halfway down and elbows in towards the ribs. Now dropping the knees or the hips, you can take cobra or upward dog. But draw the shoulders down the back and keep breathing here in your cobra and upward dog. Crown of the head is lifted. Chest is forward. Take a deep breath. And when you exhale, set down your knees and take your hips back to child's pose. Anytime in any yoga class you need to rest, here's your pose. Take it when you need it. We're going to keep moving. On your inhale, come back up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. And as you exhale, lift your hips to our first downward dog, dropping the heels, lifting the tailbone high. Squeeze your chest towards your knees. Maybe you're walking your dog one heel at a time, but see if you can push the front of the mat away and roll the shoulders away from the ears, pressing through all 10 fingers, not just the palms. Good, come on up to your toes. Take a deep breath. And when you exhale, return to the front of your mat. You can walk, hop, or float up there. On your inhale, lift up halfway. And when you fold, fold deep. Bring your big toes to touch. Come on up to your chair pose. Drop your hips. Inhale the arms up, heart is high. Exhale, sink down into it. Shoulders low, hips low. Stand up, big breath in. This time, grab your right wrist at the top, lean to the left. Little side opener. Good, come on back through center. And then exhaling, lean to the right. Pull that left wrist over. Now inhaling, lift up through your heart and your hands, not your shoulders. Swan dive as you exhale. Good, halfway lift here, big breath in, strong long spine. Send your right toes back this time. And heel toe your left foot over to the edge of the mat. So we're in our lizard lunge on this side. Just letting the hips open by letting them drop, and your chest stays lifted. You can slide around here. You can drop the back knee if you need a little extra support. But take your time allowing the hips to start to open and sink down toward the mat. And then we'll slide this left foot back. You can pick it up if you can. Pick it up without making a sound. Send it to the back using core strength. And hold your plank pose here again. Shoulders are right over the wrists. Now either roll forward on your inhale or drop the knees. Then exhaling, elbows come in. Lift the heart for your cobra or your upward dog. And then exhale to your downward dog this time. Letting the hips come up and the heels drop in. Pause here. This time either walking your dog or slowly rolling your head side to side. Maybe rolling the shoulders back away from the ears. On this inhale, come on up to your tiptoes. Exhaling, walk, hop, or float to the front. Forward fold. We'll halfway lift here. Big breath in. And exhaling, fold. Sweep out and up like a phoenix, rising all the way to the ceiling. And then exhale, elbows to kidneys. Lift through the heart, big breath. On your inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And as you exhale, swan dive. Or maybe you bow through the center line of your body. On your inhale, lift up halfway. Once again, send your left toes back. And this time, we're going to come into crescent lunge. So take a deep breath, reach the arms up. And when you exhale, drop the shoulders down, lift through the chest. Deep breath, we reach through the arms. And then exhaling, take your right arm back and your left arm forward, just finding a twist. Reach back through your right hand here, big breath. And when you exhale, tip it over, let the left hand come down underneath the shoulder. The right arm's gonna come up. We're dropping the hips into this twisted lunge, finding a nice opening for the outside of the right hip. Take another breath in, lift the chest. When you exhale, take your hands down, your right foot goes back. Maybe it hovers this time as you chaturanga. And then inhale, the heart lifts. Maybe that right leg is still lifted. Exhaling, lift your hips and your right leg. Yeah, one-legged dog. Take your right leg to the ceiling now, circle it around. Opening the right hip up on top of the left. And still trying to even out the weight between your shoulders. Good, take a deep breath with your knee up. And when you exhale, step your right foot forward. This time, spin the back foot flat. Warrior one, we rise up. The only difference here is between warrior one and crescent is that that back foot is sealed down. So breathe and adjust your feet as needed, bending into the front knee and really turning the hips and chest forward. Deep breath in. Jet airplane wings with the arms. As you exhale, lean forward. Don't unlunge, come right back up. Inhale. And then exhale. Arms go back, heart goes forward. One more time. Inhale, the hands come up. Exhaling, jet airplane wings. Turn to the ball of your back foot. On your inhale, lean into it, slowly lifting the left heel. And we find that we're in warrior three. So pressing back through that foot, that left foot, maybe the ball of the foot, maybe the heel. See if you can bring your left hip down next to your right. If the hands need to come to the heart, bring them. If you want a little more, go ahead and do these little baby lunges with me. Take a deep breath. When you exhale, you just bend a little bit into the leg you're standing on. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, we bend it. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. One more time, inhale up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the ground and let your left leg float up, standing splits. Now I know your right hip is tired, but the more you can lift the left leg, the more of a stretch you're going to get through the back of the hamstring. Legs all the way up for a big breath. And then exhaling, step your left foot behind and then to the outside of your right foot. So your pinky toes are kissing. Good. Now hang out here. Notice that you're getting a stretch. If you press the weight into your left foot, you're getting a stretch through the outside of your left hip, the IT band. If you need a little more, walk your hands to the right side of the mat. Have fun with it. Let your head fall. Now on your inhale, lift up halfway, bring yourself back through center, and then your feet come right where they usually go. Left foot underneath the left hip. Halfway lift on your inhale. And as you exhale, fold. Sweep your arms out and up, rise tall. And when you exhale, swan dive or bow, just bring your heart down towards your thighs. On your inhale, lift up halfway. Plant your hands, send both feet back. And chaturanga. This time when you chaturanga, I want to hold the low. So you're holding with the elbows in. Now you can drop your knees. You can drop your hips. You can even drop your chest. Just feel the backs of your arms working. Now push up if you can. Take a deep breath. And then go back to your downward facing dog. Just find your way to down dog and roll those shoulders back and down. Allow your arms to kind of get a little length and rest here and softness. Now inhale, come on up to your toes. As you exhale, walk, hop, or float to the front, finding a nice forward fold. Halfway lift when you get here. Exhale, fold it down. Sweep, out and up, rise tall. Maybe a little back bend at the top, maybe not. And then exhaling, swan dive or bow. Take your time. There's no rush, it's just yoga. On your inhale, lift up halfway. And then we'll send the right toes back this time, coming into our crescent on this side. When you're ready, rise up, take a deep breath. And then exhaling, sink down into it. Just let your hips fall. Take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, take your left arm back. We'll twist this way. One breath here. Twist a little deeper. Reach back. Big breath. And when you exhale, tip it over. The right hand coming down under the shoulder. Left arm lifting. Drop through your hips. Lift up through your chest. And feel that opening in the left hip. Deep breath. We reach up. And then exhaling, bring your hands to the ground. Left foot goes back. Maybe it hovers in this plank. Roll forward over your right toes or drop the knee. Exhale, bend the elbows inward toward the ribs. Inhale to your upward dog, maybe cobra. And then lift your hips. Maybe that left leg's coming up with you. Take it up if you didn't. Big breath, the left leg comes up. And then bend the knee and fan open the hip. Enjoy some circular motion there with the knee up in the air like a dog at a fire hydrant. Be that chihuahua. Channel the chihuahua energy. Lift that left knee on your inhale. Exhaling, step the foot through. And we'll spin the back foot flat. Warrior one. Rise up. Inhale. And then exhaling, just shift the chest forward. See if you can bend into that front knee as much as possible while still keeping that back leg really strong and the foot flat. Deep breath in. And when you exhale, jet airplane wings, heart presses forward. 2 more times. Inhale, we lift up slow. Keep the knee bent. And then exhaling, push the heart forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, we reach up. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades. 1 more time. This time, turn to the ball of your foot. And deep breath, slow motion, take off. The right foot presses back now. So I'm going to scoot back a little bit because I'm worried that my head's not in the shot. But what I want you to really think about is pressing back and lengthening through your leg, dropping your right hip down and strengthening your whole body. You can tap the toes down if you need to. If you want to go further, we take our little lunges. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knee you're standing on. Inhale, come up. Not much, it's a little bend. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, up. Last one, bend it a little. Inhale, come up. Exhaling, hands come down, and we take the right foot high. So our standing splits on this side. It's meant to give you some length in the back of the leg you're standing on. Dropping your head and lifting the heel higher. Pause for a moment to feel that stretch. Big breath in. And then exhaling, step your right foot behind and then to the outside of your left foot. So your ankles are crossed.
And we're pressing the majority of our weight into the right foot here, bumping out the right hip as best you can. If you don't feel a stretch in the outer side of your right hip, walk the hands to the left. Feel a nice stretch in the side body that way. And breathe. Take another inhale. Maybe halfway lift, and then come back through center and step your feet where they usually go. The right foot under the right hip. Halfway lift on an inhale. And as you exhale, fold down low. Sweep the arms out and up. Rise tall, strong, proud. And then bow or swan dive. Bring it down. On your inhale, lift up halfway. And as you exhale, plant your hands. Take both feet back. And chaturanga or not, maybe these chaturangas are not for you, that's okay. Inhale, the heart lifts, upward dog or cobra. Maybe you're adding a yoga push-up here, but we're gonna end up in downward facing dog, letting the hips lead the way to the ceiling and the heels drop. On your inhale, lift your right heel high. Straight up to the ceiling. Drop the right hip next to the left and also drop the left heel. Press the right heel up and back. Take a deep breath. Exhaling, knee to right elbow. Inhale, take the heels straight back up. Exhale, knee to nose or forehead. Squeeze, try to touch. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left elbow. Pause. You can go into rock star side plank from here, or with me, you can drop the right knee. We're all taking the left hand up. Now, if you're like rock star, what's that? It's where you kick the right leg out, maybe even levitating it. Maybe you find the foot. Maybe you don't. It doesn't matter, but all the hands are coming down. The right heel's going high, one-legged dog, deep breath. As you exhale, send your right foot forward, find crescent lunge. On the inhale, we come up. And exhaling, right arm back, left arm forward, just like what we did before. Take a deep breath, reach it back, and then tip it over. Left hand finds the ground. Inhale, that right arm reaches up to the ceiling. This time, we're gonna come back up. So pause here, open your chest. On your inhale, we're gonna rise back up into our twisted lunge. Exhaling, tap it down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, tap it down. Now if you fall over, just left, you're fine. Inhale, come up, stay right here. Turn into warrior two. Right hand forward, left hand back. And notice that back foot is flat. Take a moment to set up your warrior two. Draw your shoulders down. Drop through the hips. Good. On your inhale, reach your right arm up. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your hands to your low back again. Pulling the knuckles down. Draw the hips down. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Look over your left shoulder here. So we're looking back behind us and we're bending into that front knee. Deep breath. And then just take your right shoulder towards your right knee. So we're in a side angle. Now, if it hurts to look up, you can let your head drop. You can gaze downward. But leave your chest turned up as best you can toward the ceiling. Good. Take a deep breath. And then release your arms, come back into warrior two. On your inhale, reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, spiral the hands down. Feet are coming forward to a forward fold. Halfway lift here, big breath. Exhale, fold. Sweep out and up, rise tall and strong. Stay right here at the front of your mat. Just bring your hands to your heart. Moving into another little balance pose to stretch out the right hip. What I want you to do is shift the weight into your left foot and then lift your right knee off the ground. So when your right knee lifts, you're going to lift it up really high. Take a deep breath. And then as you exhale, take it out to the side. Open the hip out. Lift it up out there, big breath. And then cross it over your left thigh and sit down. So we're moving into bonsai tree or four angle. It's like sitting in a chair, but you have a leg crossed, right? And you can stay right here, stick your tailbone out and start to bring the chest down closer to your shin. You can even straighten the leg that you're standing on if it feels right for you. Or if you prefer, I'll scoot back a little, there is a balance pose, an arm balance pose here. So just let this right hip stretch. The arm balance is bringing the hands to the mat, draping that right shin across your shoulder, or across your elbows, and maybe this left leg lifts. If not, no worries. Wherever you went with it, just enjoy it. When you're ready, we're going to be in a forward fold. Both feet are down, hands are dangling, head is soft. On your inhale, lift up halfway. And as you exhale, fold it down low. Sweep the arms out and up. Enjoy. And then exhaling, swan dive or bow through center. Halfway lift here. Find your space. Don't let it go. But then plant your hands and send both feet back. And your optional chaturanga to up dog. Or maybe you skip it or add a yoga push-up. We'll meet in downward dog. Allow yourself this moment to reset with your tailbone in the air. And then lift your left heel up. It's the same thing other side. Left heel's coming up. Drop that left hip down toward like even with the right. And also drop your right heel. Lift up through the left heel. Big breath. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze it in. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, take it to the left. And here's your side plank. Either kick it out as you reach that right hand up to the ceiling, or you can drop the left knee for support. The left hand is right underneath your left shoulder. Lift up through your hips. Take another breath. Hands are down. Left heel is high. One-legged dog. Lift it on an inhale. Step it forward. Crescent lunge. We're coming up on your inhale. Rise. Take your time. Exhale, twist to the left. Left arm down and back. Drop the shoulders. Inhale, reach the arm back. And then exhaling, tip it over. Take that right hand down, left hand is high. Don't get too comfortable here. We're going to do that core exercise, right, where we come up and down for a second. So when you're ready, take a deep breath. Lift up. Left hand leads you back. Exhale, tap that right hand down. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, tap it down. Good. Inhale through center. That was the last one. And then turn this into warrior three. We're spiraling the arms. Right arm is back now. And the right foot is flat behind you. Drop the hips straight down. Try to take the forward lean out. Draw the shoulders down. And then we'll reverse. On your inhale, lift up through that left hand. And then exhaling, take both hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Knuckles pull down. Your shoulders are right over your hips. There's no lean forward or backward just yet. But mind that that left knee doesn't cave. As you look over your right shoulder, take a deep breath. And then lean. Just the left shoulder goes right toward that left knee. And the hip gets really tired because we're turning the chest up toward the ceiling. We're heating up that hip. We're opening the inner thigh. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together. You've got it. One more deep breath. And then release and come back to your warrior two. Good. Inhale and lift up through your left hand. And as you exhale, spiral your hands downward. Your feet come forward to a forward fold. Halfway lift here, big breath. And then fold and release. Sweep out and up, rise. Tall, strong. You can do this. Hands just float to the heart gently when you exhale. Here's our balance pose, our bonsai tree on the other side. So we're lifting the left knee up this time. To catch your balance, if you're a little wobbly, lift up through your chest. Think about grounding through the right foot, but everything else is light. The only things that are grounded are shoulders are down and that foot is grounded. Lift everything else, big breath. And then turn that left knee out to the side. Good, take a moment to lift it out there to open the hip, and then cross it over the right thigh. Flexing through the foot, sit down into your bonsai tree, or four angle, whatever you want to call it. And open the hip, hands float to the heart. Hands can literally be wherever you need. We think about bonsai tree, where we're trying to bring the forearms and the chest closer to the shin, but literally the hands can be anywhere. Try flying them out if you want to have a little fun. Or try the arm balance on this side. It's all the same. We're opening the left hip by allowing the left knee to butterfly open. Arm balance as the hands come down and that left shin drapes across the backs of the triceps. Take another breath. And then meet me slowly, gently, coming down into a forward fold. Relaxing through your head and your shoulders, rolling your head around like a bowling ball on a string. Because, yeah, people put bowling balls on strings. Okay, no, they don't. But really, I just want your head to feel heavy and yet still tethered to your body. On your inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhaling, plant your hands, send your feet back, and take your chaturanga, or skip it, or add yoga push-ups right here if you're going to do one. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. When those heels drop, roll the shoulders back. Now take a deep breath in this downward dog. Let your head be heavy. Let it be really soft and heavy down there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a twist. So take your right hand off the mat. Try not to lean all the way to the left, but then see if you can find your left leg. So we're taking the right hand somewhere to the left leg, down as low as you can go. Maybe you find the ankle or the foot, and then take a little twist here, looking up underneath your left shoulder, strengthening through that shoulder, and then switch it out. We'll plant the right hand, and we'll take the left hand back. The left hand's going to find somewhere along the outside of your right leg. Big right shoulder strengthener as you twist and look up underneath your right shoulder. Good, take another breath. And then unwind, coming into your downward dog. Press the front of the mat away, drop your head, take a deep breath. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Halfway lift when you get there, and then take a really nice forward fold here. So grabbing on to your legs, to your toes, to your feet, or just letting yourself dangle if that's what you need. Another option is to wrap the forearms behind you, drawing the nose closer to the inner seam of your legs. But trying not to force, really allowing the head to be soft. The feet are probably about hips width apart here, so you don't fall over. If you're grabbing onto your toes or something, you can bend the elbows outward to help draw the crown of the head closer to the ground. And if you want a little added benefit, just lift up a little bit. Kind of lift your chest up a little, take a deep breath, and then try to draw your chest down toward the floor as you fold deeper. Good. Take an inhale, release and lift up a little, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, go ahead and walk yourself forward onto your hands and your knees, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, knees into the hips. Drop your belly on your inhale, lift your heart and your tailbone. When you exhale, around your spine, send the shoulder blades high, tuck the chin and tailbone, inhale, lift. Once again, hips coming up, chest lifting, and then exhale, round it out. Nice. You're welcome to do a few more of those, wiggle it out, but we're gonna have a seat and come into a nice arm stretch and a hip opener. So when you find your seat, go ahead and sit easy cross-legged style, Sukhasana. Roll the shoulders back and sit up nice and tall with the shoulders down. Keep the shoulders down as you reach out and up. So deep breath, reach the arms, lengthen to the walls and then the ceiling. And then grab your right elbow at the top with your left hand. Pull that elbow back and walk the right hand down the spine. And then see if you can hook your left wrist behind your head. And when you lift your head to look forward again, you'll feel a nice stretch through the back of the right arm. And now you can add a little lean here if it helps. You can lean to the left. But really focus your efforts on opening up this bottom, this behind the back of your left or your right arm. Tricep stretch. Deep breath in. And then go ahead and let this left arm float to the floor and take this right arm up and over. Now you can bend into your left arm as much as you like, getting a nice side body stretch here. Deep breath in. And then fold over your legs to the front of your mat. Allowing the hands to crawl forward or just letting yourself kind of slump. Whatever you need. If you're tired and you need the rest, just let your head and arms fall. If you want to crawl your hands forward, you'll get a little bit deeper stretch through the whole back. Go take another inhale, lengthen through your spine, and then roll yourself up. Now from here, we're going to do a hip stretch for the right hip. It's actually going to be a little bit of both hips. Your left shin is going to come down across the front of the mat, parallel to the front of the mat, so don't tuck it up in, because the right leg's going on top. This is double pigeon or firelock, so you're stacking your legs like firelocks here. So you've got some options. If your knee is way up, go ahead and just bring that right leg down in front, but just make sure you've got your legs and your feet far away from your hips. If you've got this space, you can cross that leg all the way over and sit up nice and tall. Both sit bones stay on the ground, and you can push from behind, leaning forward, or you can fold with the arms coming down in front. But when you get here, be prepared for a lot of sensation in the right hip. Maybe the left too, probably not as much as the right. The idea, much like in bonsai tree, was to bring the shin and the chest closer together. So see if you can take a little bit of rounding out of your spine, but still let your head be kind of soft here. And breathe. Can't be here forever, it's only a half-hour class. So take another big breath in. And then roll yourself on up. Lean back to untangle your legs. And then we'll go into easy cross-legged pose. Maybe if you can try to take the uncomfortable foot in front. We've got those arm stretches to do first. So reach your arms out in that big breath. This time you're gonna grab your left elbow at the top. That's an elbow, not a wrist. Oh, body parts. Pull that elbow back as we walk the hand down and hook your right wrist behind your head so you can just lift up your head and get that little extra push. And pause here. Try to soften the shoulders, try to lengthen the breath, and just allow this big stretch to occur in the back of your left arm. That shoulder opening up a little bit. Good. Take another inhale. Lengthen through the spine. And then just release your right hand. We're going to take it down to the floor, bending through the elbow. Maybe the elbow comes to the ground, maybe not. And then we'll take this left arm up and over, bicep over ear. Keep your left sit bone grounded. Don't let it roll up. See if you can keep it grounded and still reach that arm long. Beautiful. Take another inhale. And then exhaling, we're going to roll it on forward. Find some length in your arms or just slump, up to you. Take a deep breath. And then roll it on up. And we'll take fire log on this side. I know it was so much fun on the first side. You have to do it on both sides to get the double fun. Double pigeon, double fun. Now your right shin comes down first, parallel to the front of the mat. And the left shin goes on top or in front if it's really too much. And then you can push yourself forward. There's that stretch. And if you need to, you can fold the rest of the way. And just breathe. Breathe, relax, enjoy. Like I said, it was so much fun on the first side. We have to do the second side to double the pleasure. 2 hips. Soften through your head. Try to keep a little length in your spine here. Beautiful job, guys. Take another deep breath. And then walk yourself up. Now you can redo those double pigeons. I know a good hip stretch is hard to come by, and that is a really big one. Otherwise, we're gonna come on down nice and slow into our Shavasana. So take your time getting there, lean back, and then roll yourself down one vertebra at a time, really engaging your belly muscles as you go. Try not to flop right here, because that's really what you want to do. But just before your shoulder blades come down, just give yourself a little extra time. And then when your shoulder blades and your head do come down, squeeze your knees into your chest, rock side to side, and then find your final pose. If you need any other poses, have at it. If you want to take some twists or a bridge or a wheel to open your heart, maybe a shoulder stand or plow. The time is yours, my friends. Use it wisely. Listen to your body. But as for me, I am going to be done with the doing and start the practice of just being still and letting things just be just the way they are, without force, in my Shavasana. Quieting the body. It's the best gift of self-care that you can give. But from here, I encourage you to finish your practice however makes sense for you. As for me, I will definitely say thank you so much. Thank you to the J for sponsoring this video, and thank you so much to all of you watching, either now or in the future. I appreciate you. The light in me sees and honors the light in you, even though we're socially distancing. Thank you. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday.